Hi guys. I just came back. I had to give the mailman a package because we're in the quarantine right now, so it's all about like, here, no, take my package. I'm still selling stuff on eBay, so get excited. If you want to check out my eBay store, my links below. I'm selling all these awesome things. And I'm gonna make videos about the stuff that I'm selling and putting it on my website so people or my YouTube page so people can see. Anyway, we were talking about my cat. I love that girl. I got her this collar. It's made out of pearls and diamonds. It's not real pearls and diamonds, but so she looks all bougie like her mama. I love it. My baby. So yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that life is short. Just have a good time, enjoy. If there's ever anybody that you met that did something for you, if you're not in a relationship, because I'm not trying to tell you to leave your relationship to be with someone else. But if you're single and there was somebody that you had a connection with and they did something for you, go and get it. Go and get it. This is your time. This is your time to express your emotions, figure out what you gotta say, but get it, because the good ones, they go fast, man. They go fast, and then you spend the rest of your life thinking like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, why? What is this fear? What is holding you back? Like, for sure. I tell everybody, like everybody I've ever loved, I told them everything. I remember this one kid, like he thought something of me and I was like, how could you think that? I'm in love with you. Like I'm just so like a movie, like just so open. And then he asked me, he's like, why do you love me? And I said, because I love myself so much and you're the male version of me. How could I not love you? And that was the truth. Like I loved him so much because I felt like every time I looked at him, I was looking in a mirror, at a different time, like 'cause he was going through stuff that I went through, or I was going through, but enjoy it and love the people that are loving you back because there's a lot of people that don't love you back. They got a lot of issues. You can't love people. But sometimes you could break through that shell. Sometimes you can't. I hope you do because love is amazing and there's so much love in the world. We should be sharing it so freely. But there's STDs and stuff, so can't do that. But yeah, it was funny because I had lost my sense of taste and smell. And it was something that was sprayed in the air. It was not the COVID thing. It was something that was sprayed in the air because I was perfectly fine. I walked outside my house and I smelled bleach. Then I went to Astoria and I smelled cleaning products in the air. It was something that was sprayed. It was not something that I contracted. It was sprayed on the city. Okay, I don't know if we're test dummies or what's going on, but I'm being real. Something was sprayed in the air. I inhaled it and I lost my sense of smell and taste. Now I have a very sensitive, I'm very sensitive, a respiratory thingy, like system, because I've had chronic bronchitis my whole life. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, but I'm the one that's going to end up finding the cure for this because my body's so used to fighting these things. It's like that it's going to create the antibodies and it's going to fight it. And it's going to be like, you ain't getting my lady, not today, because you can't have me. I belong to God and I have a greater purpose and I'm going to do amazing things on this planet. So no, you can't have me. Um, so I lost my sense of smell and taste. And I thought a few things. I thought, I'm gonna get so skinny. I'm gonna get so skinny because I can't eat anything. It doesn't taste good, and then you lose the desire. Like even when I go to like open the fridge out of habit, because it's a habit, I'm like, what's the point? I can't taste anything. Like the point of eating is that it creates these neurological like pathways that stimulate your brain to feeling certain things. So you might be bored now, you're not bored anymore. You might want love now, you don't need it anymore because you're distracted because of these triggers in your brain, right? So I like would drive by all these fast food places and I'm like, what's the point of spending money? I can't taste it. I went to KSC though and I tried it because that's the day that I was starting to I got my sense of smell and taste back. It took 9 days. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. And I'm also going to go live on Facebook and on YouTube to talk about this because there's a lot of people that are going through this and I want to share everything that I learned with y'all. So I lost my sense of smell and taste and I was like, oh no, because at first these were my thoughts. I was like, okay, well I'm gonna lose a lot of weight. I'm gonna be all skinny and pretty and whatever, blah blah blah. Right? I'm pretty, but I mean like I'm gonna be like flawless. And then I was like, no, wait a minute. But what if they poison the water? You can't taste it. You can't smell it if sulfur was coming out of the sink. Like you can't. You need your sense of smell and taste to know if food is rotten or something's wrong or if there's something in the air. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. But if I don't have my sense of smell and taste, if I inhale, like, you know, like how they throw those, listen where my brain goes, okay? You know how they throw those tins so that you can knock people out when like the military comes in and they throw those gases? I'm like, if I can't smell or taste and they throw those gases, is it going to affect me? Does it still affect your body on a neurological kind of physiological sense, not neurological, physiological sense, but not your brain because your brain can't comprehend what's supposed. So like what happens is you smell it, it triggers different things in your brain because the smell releases that, and then you pass out or you die or whatever. But if you can't smell, do you still get the same neurological responses? Is it a physiological response or is it a neurological response? The neurological response would make sense if you could smell it, unless it's physiological that affects the brain. So that's what I was thinking right away. Like, those were my first two thoughts. I'm gonna get so skinny. Wait a minute, but what if I get poisoned? And what if, you know, like, how does that affect things? Um, and then I was like, okay, now I made a deal with God. I was like, look, if you took my sense of taste and smell, I want $250 million. I want $250 million. If you're gonna take that away, and I'm not like I win the lotto and then I die the next day, or I get it at the end of my life. I need it now. If you're not gonna give it to me now, then you better give me back my sense of smell and taste, because this is not a good deal. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to take something away, you're gonna give me something, right? And I was like, seriously, this is exactly what happened. And so I had this conversation with God, and clearly he gave me back my sense of smell. He's like, I'm not giving you $250 million. I was like, well, then give me back my sense of smell. So then he gave me back my sense of smell. But no. So what I did is I was like, I'm a holistic healer, right? And this is very serious, guys. I'm a holistic healer. I take it very seriously. I'm making a documentary. It's called the Indigenous Documentary. If you want to donate, the link is below. I'm going to all 6 continents. I'm talking to indigenous cultures, and I'm finding out different ways to heal the mind, the body, the soul, how you use music and energy and herbs to heal. And I'm going to create a soundtrack from it. I'm going to do so many amazing things. But because of what I've learned now, because I took essential oils classes, I researched things on my own, I knew that I had a respiratory issue, right? And I've had chronic bronchitis my whole life. So most of the things that I've been drawn to, not even knowing, have all been for respiratory um, healing. So when I was in Turkey, I got out of the airport because I had like a 12 or 15-hour layover or something, and I went to Turkey, and I just took the train somewhere, and I got off and I ate something, and then I went into some store and I bought fennel seeds and this tea. It looked like flowers, and I was like, I'm into like holistic healing things because I heard about that monk that lived to be like 256 years, not monk, some Chinese guy that lived to be 256 years old. And when he turned 80, he stopped eating food. All he did was drink herbs, drink teas. That's it. Because you're pulling everything from the plants and it's going into your body, so you're getting everything you need. And I was like, wait a minute, maybe that's the key to life. Maybe they're poisoning us by making us eat all of this food, which is probably why I lost my sense of smell, right? And taste, because what's the point of eating if you can't, you know? And then I had minimized. I've been getting these signals because I'm very intuitive and spiritual, and I get a lot of messages because I accept the messages, so I get them. And one of them, when I got really sick in January, was starve yourself, sweat it out. So I didn't eat for 2 days. I just had water, and I put 2 electric heaters on in my room, and I sweat it out. And I was fine. I didn't get sick, right? And when this happened with the loss of sense of smell and taste, I felt like it's all intertwined. It has something to do with, I feel like we as a society and as people eat too much. And I think the fact that we eat so much, our body's too busy digesting. It doesn't allow you to live. It doesn't allow you to do everything that you need to do. It's a distraction. And then they created snack, like, you know. So I don't think we're supposed, as a human society, this is my personal opinion, this is what I've learned from my research and looking at indigenous cultures, nobody eats that much. These cultures in the Amazon and Africa, they don't eat that much. And it's not that they don't have food. They don't eat that much because they don't need to. The human body does not need that much food. You know, we believe that we do because we were taught that we're supposed to have 3 meals a day, but we're not. So I know, right? We're getting like really funny to like the serious stuff. But like you're not supposed to eat that much. I think it's a lie, it's a facade, and it's meant to deter you and break down your body and make you die faster. That's my personal opinion. I don't care what anybody says. This is my channel, right? You don't like it? Bye. And then so I'm making this documentary because I want to learn the truth. I want to learn different ways of healing. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to help my friends and my family. And when I lost my sense of smell and taste, I was like respiratory issues. I was like essential oils. I took camphor oil. Here. I bought these two. Well, no, my roommate gave me this one because he's freaking awesome. And this is peppermint oil. And I bought this one. It's Plant Guru camphor oil. And the reason I bought the camphor oil is because I had bought this to mix with eucalyptus oil, tea tree oil, and a carrier coconut oil to create a balm to put on my chest and under my nose whenever I got any kind of respiratory issue, right? So when that happened, I took this, I put a drop or two on my finger, and then I picked my nose. I was like, this, I don't care. And I put it all inside my nose. And you're not supposed to do that. I do that because I'm crazy and I do crazy shit, right? But I do. I just like, okay, I'll try it. You know? But you're supposed to put it right here and then inhale it. But I looked at it like I have no sense of smell. I need to smack that sense and wake it up and be like, hello, wake up. So I put it right in my nose. Now, there are very like Caucasian people, all super sensitive with everything, right? You get those rashes and pimples and things like that. And so do all other ethnic races, but white people more than other people, right? So be careful because this could burn you. I am an anomaly. I'm a giant. I'm 6 feet tall, 200. Well, I was 256 pounds. I weigh 240 pounds now. I've lost 16 pounds and I'm very proud of myself. Thank you very much. I lost 5 pounds in the last week and I think it's because I lost my sense of taste and smell. Anyway, so I put this right up in my nose. I don't suggest that. Some people might have to mix this with an oil. You know, there's a lot of very sensitive people out there. Like, I'm not that person though. So I put it right in my nose and I inhaled from my nose. And I felt the cooling sensation in my lungs, right? And now at this point, it's day 9 after I lost my sense of smell. And there's like a sharp cut in my lungs when I breathe. But I know because I've had respiratory infections my whole entire life that it's going away though. You know, so I'm like, okay, fine. The next day I told my roommate what was going on. He gave me the peppermint oil. I normally use Now NOW peppermint oil. All my essential oils are from there because my friend's brother passed away and she wanted to get rid of all his stuff and she needed to make money for the funeral. So she needed $5,000. So she told me to sell all his stuff. He had all these crystals, which is how I got all my crystals. All these essential oils, Tom's toothpaste. He was one of those naturalistic people that was opening up a holistic shop. And this was all his inventory. And she wanted me to sell it. And then after I got to the $5,000 mark, she's like, you keep the rest. I don't care. And that's how I got all of my stuff. That was God and divine intervention saying, you're a healer. Here are all your tools. You don't even need to spend money on it. And you get the real deal good stuff. I'm like, what? So, but he gave me this and I'm learning to say yes to everything. I'm not saying no because when you say no, the universe stops giving you stuff, right? So I started saying yes to everything. So I took this and I'm like, okay, I put it in my finger. I picked my nose again, you know, I inhaled. All of a sudden, the next day, this is day 2 after trying to get my sense of smell back, I was able to get a whiff of things. I was like, one whiff and then it was gone. My sense of smell was gone again. I was able to put something in my mouth and taste it briefly. And I'm like, it was slight. And I was like, right? Because I was like, so close. And then I was like, okay, I'm not giving up. I talked to God. I talked to universe. I bless my water. Now, this is something y'all need to know. Why do we bless our food? Why do we bless things? Because they have memory. Water has memory. So I took every picture of water that I had and I held it in my hands and I said, please, I need you to help me. I need to get my senses back. I need to get my health back. I need my taste and smell back. I blessed this water to give me that ability. And I blessed it and I left it there for a little while because it has memory and it took that memory. And I did that with about 4 or 5 pitchers of water. And within that time frame, all I drank was water. Because before that, I was drinking a lot of Diet Coke vanilla because it's so delicious. That stuff is so good. But I mean, and I don't normally drink soda, but that was like really, really good and really addictive. I bought like 6 12 packs, and I went through like 4 of them. Anyway, that was all I was drinking. I wasn't drinking anything but soda. It was really bad. So that could be it too. I could have just burned my mouth and my taste buds with the acid from the soda. But no, I smelled the bleach outside, so I'm pretty sure it was something that the government sprayed. Anyway, or someone. Let's not say the government. Someone sprayed something. Um, and so it could have been, I should actually look, because you know how they do the pesticide spraying? It could have been that too. And so I went again with the camphor oil one day, and then I went again with the peppermint oil another day. Then I went to my client's house and I smelled her candles, and I could finally smell them faintly, but a lot more than before. So I could smell a full smell, but then it would like wither off. And I was starting to taste things, and I would be able to taste it for like a bite or two, and then it would wither off. And I was like, I'm not giving up. And then I did one more day of the camphor, right? Oh, no. My mom, right, then they were like, oh, full quarantine, everybody stays home for 2 weeks. My mom was like, look, you need to go and get some camphor. These little cubes. It's from Indian Aroma. And I also have another link that I'm going to put underneath, but that one takes a while to get there. But I mean, they're camphor, right? I don't know if you've ever seen these little camphor cubes. And I started smelling this. My mom was like, get it, put it all over the house. You're going to be home for 2 weeks. There's a lot of energies that are going to be all over the place. You got to put these around the house. My grandma used to say that, and that was like, and out of nowhere, my mom hasn't done this forever, in years. And she's like, I don't know, something's telling me to get the camphor, put it all over the house, because we're connected, me and my family. Like, so when somebody needs something, the other person gets the answer and then tells them, right? So I was like, okay. And then I was like, I've been smelling camphor, the oil, but I'm going to be honest, this camphor cubes are stronger and better. And so then I started looking up camphor, because something was like, look up camphor. Because I also wanted to make sure I wasn't dying, because this is very strong and poisonous, right? So you're not supposed to do this all the time. This can kill you. This is toxic. Like, don't do this every day. Don't, like, I did this once a day. Because even I, with my, like, you know how some people are like, I'm going to do it all day. Like, you're going to die. You're going to fuck up your brain. And you're going to, mess up everything. Once a day. Like, that's it. That's very strong. I don't know. Some people say that it can mess up your neurological function and stuff like that. So be careful. So with this, I got the cubes. And when I took a whiff, I could smell the whole thing. And I just kept smelling it. Like, I tried to limit myself to 4 sniffs an hour because I didn't want to hurt myself. It's like the mothball smell. You know what I mean? So you're not supposed to smell mothballs at all. But like, so I did 4 times an hour. My smell and my taste came back completely. Completely. So I don't know if it was a combination of everything I did or just getting these cubes. I'm putting the link below of the only thing that I found on Amazon. It's going to come in like a month or like 2 weeks or something like that. If you have a botanica near your house and they happen to be open, ask them for camphor and buy these. It was $4 for 4 pieces, which I thought was crazy expensive. What you're supposed to do is put this in the corner, one corner of every room. So maybe like 1 per room, I think you're supposed to do, but like, I'm cheap and I didn't have a lot of money because of everything that's going on. So I only bought 1 for each room, and you just put it in the corner of the room, and it's supposed to like keep negative energy and negative spirits away and things like that. So I've been smelling this, and I think camphor also helps to kill things that are in your lungs. So this is a very natural, holistic way of killing things. They do this in India. They call it camphor. And they smell this, or they break up a little piece of the cube and they mix it with some coconut oil and they put it on their throat and on their chest. If you don't have that, you can use Vicks Vapor Rub and just inhale Vicks Vapor Rub. It also has camphor. Vicks Vapor Rub, I wouldn't put in your nose. I would put underneath because it has other chemicals that you don't want to inhale. You don't want to absorb into your body, even though it's on your skin. Inside your nose will absorb everything more, which is why I put the essential oils in my nose, because I knew that it was going to go straight into my bloodstream, straight into my body, straight into everything. I'm okay with that. I am an anomaly. I am like, my body and the way that I react to things is not the way the general public reacts to things. I don't know how, I don't know why, I'm not normal. So I'm just letting you guys know, be very delicate with yourselves, be very sensitive to yourselves. Don't do the same exact thing. Diet down a little bit, because you might be this 5-foot person or this 5'5" person or 5'8" person who's thin and skinny, and your body reacts differently than my overweight giant person. You know what I mean? So I'm going to obviously use higher doses than you would. So just remember, whenever I say something, mellow it down, water it down, dilute it, because we're different people and we absorb things differently. So I'm going to have to go soon because we're at the 20-minute mark. But this helped me a lot. Now be careful. Some people will get seizures from this. Okay, camphor does give seizures. Some people will have headaches. Because this isn't for everybody. Not everybody's going to react the same way. We all have different parasites that react to things. That's why some people, if you eat garlic, you feel like you're going to throw up. There's a parasite in your stomach that doesn't like the garlic. My advice would be to keep eating it until it doesn't hurt anymore, because you're killing that parasite. Other people would say don't do that because your body has learned to live with that parasite. Other people would say don't do that because it's your body saying it doesn't like it. It might have an allergy to it. Most allergies are based on the parasites that are in your system. That's the truth. We'll talk later. Love you guys. Bye.